Today we're completely redoing my office and I'm going back to storage to grab my OG desk. We're going to set that up here, replace the existing desk, and do some real major decluttering. And then we're just going to address the elephant in the room. I'm super excited. I think this will change everything. I have had a pen problem for years, guys. Stationery is my whimsy. This is the anti-overconsumption campaign that I'm currently on. Your legacy means more than your complacency. These vitamins expired last year. Hey y'all. Okay, it is the next day. I went to storage yesterday with my lovely brother and hired a TaskRabbit to help us move my desk out of storage back to the house, and so that was amazing. Yeah, did not film or capture anything at the storage. Everything was moving so fast. We literally got in and out and had the desk moved from storage to the house in under an hour, which is insane. Insane. So my primary focus was just getting the desk out safely and carefully, which is exactly what we did. So that was amazing. Then it was quickly just reassembled here in the office. So we're just going to kind of tackle the rest of the declutter and organizing type of stuff today. Lots of fun. I really need it because things are looking a little rough. So let me show you around what we're working with. Okay, so my OG desk was set up here in this corner. I kind of want to scoot it off the wall and get it a little bit more out, but for now, this will do. I just put my monitor up here so that it's not on the floor, but there's just a basket of random stuff, lots and lots of cords. So I do need to reconnect everything and get this desk functioning definitely before Monday, before I start work. But then as we look over here, my previous desk is still over here. We did find someone who wants to buy it on Facebook, so this will be gone in a couple of days. Woo! And then behind the desk is just catastrophe. In one word, I don't really even know honestly where to begin. There's just so much stuff everywhere, but I think what'll probably help me is if of this stuff that I've kind of piled up over here to clear off this desk, I think I'm just going to see what can and should go in my OG desk and then whittle all this down, because I think this is just an overwhelming amount of stuff. So yeah, probably we just start with wiping down the desk surface. I think getting all of the equipment set up on there feels like the next best move. But anyways, let's just go ahead and roll up our proverbial sleeves and get right into it. So cords are literally like the worst part about new desk setup, but you know, we did our best. I think this is not giving fire hazard, so that's good enough for me. But yeah, okay. On to the next thing. I was just gonna say that I'm back with reinforcements. We have a refill copy, trash bags, and a pile of clutter to dive into. Okay, just a quick update on the desk itself. So we have set up all of the computers. We do have the drawers all empty down here. So I wanna see what can go in these. Then right here, of course, is the keyboard drawer. So that's all set. But then we also have this cabinet here that I want to see how to maybe like organize some stuff. Maybe without Kaizen in there would be fabulous. Would be great. Okay, anyways, so what we have to go through is a stack of papers. Just in general, I'm a little bit ashamed to admit that this stack of papers has been here on the floor of my office for a year and a half. Disregard. Then we have a bag of trash in process back here. And then this like 3-drawer tower set I got for the standing desk since it didn't have any drawers. So I want to see if we can kind of just do drawer to drawer, like move this stuff into these drawers. But then also go through the multitude of notebooks that I have just to kind of see like what all really needs to be in this space. First things first, gotta get to the coffee. This may or may not be my second one of the day. Oh, stunning. I don't know, I just have a thing for that brown sugar shaken espresso, but on a day like today, I was gonna say I don't know what it is, but actually I'm like in the thick of my luteal phase right now. So if you know, you know, I just cannot beat the tired that I feel. And also the onset of just like emotions. So if I cry, you know, we'll cut that out. We'll cut that out and keep going because it's just the emotions, you know, no big deal. What is this? Oh, interesting. Anyways, so yeah. I don't even know where to begin, honestly. I think setting up the desk so far has been a dream because I love this desk so much. It is just the perfect color, the perfect size, the perfect layout. Like, it's just very much so my style at this time. And then there's just lots of good space for organization that I loved using before, like in my previous house. But I think what's happened is I've definitely replaced some stuff. So while this desk was in storage and a couple of notebooks were there, etc., I repurchased things like in the last year and a half. So I definitely need to like whittle down through and get rid of duplicate stuff. And gosh, I don't know. This is definitely where it starts to get overwhelming, but in the sense that it's just like an energy drain. So we may just need to kind of turn on some music and maybe a podcast and just kind of like vibe it out for a little bit. So if I go quiet, that's why I'm just listening to copyrighted material. Okay, but that is so good. That's amazing. Okay, we're gonna get through this. Okay. Let's just first start with the pens. Okay, we're gonna start with the pens. This may seem a little extra, but I was gonna put my pen cup that I've had for like Oh my gosh, I think I've had this since like 2016. It's probably been 10 years, but it's the cutest little like Crayola pen cup, and I just think it's so cute. I got it from Walmart, and I don't know, I can't part with it. It's just the little things. Like, I've not elevated to like an aesthetic, you know, brown neutral colored pen cup. Like, I'm sorry, it's the kid in me. She deserves this. So anyways, but these same pens have just kind of been in the cup, and I realize I just need to keep pens accessible that I'm actually going to reach for, because to have a pen cup, okay, which had plenty to choose from, like plenty of options here, but then to also have an entire drawer full, the whole container full of pens. I have had a pen problem for years, guys. Just know that about me. I think if we can just like whittle down all of the pens, because I'm even like, those are all of them, right? Yeah, these should be all of them. This should be it. Okay, let's see what we can get rid of. Oh, crisp. See, and I love the little like squishy holder thing. Cute. Okay, I think I can part with this one. My middle school teacher influenced me on this one. Surprise. As it would turn out, I have an entire other drawer with like a container full of pens. Now, I think this container I actually had in my previous desk drawer, so I feel like this would work in there. I just need to go through it and take out all of the duplicative things. Same with like sticky notes. I don't know. Like someday I'll open a Staples of my own. Like someday, maybe that's the dream, is to like have my own stationery business. Because in that way I could just enjoy all the stationery things without having to like they could all just be in my store and not all in my bedroom. All right, y'all, so I did throw a good bit away because as I tested them, it was just too much of a struggle to get the ink out. And I'm like, no one should have to live like that. I did separate all of these Sharpies and like Papermate pens because I love to joy journal. And I figured I do not use glue on a day-to-day, but for my joy journal, that would be perfect. All of these are just gonna go in my JJ kit. Okay, so now we still have the top of this little tower and then the bottom drawer full of stuff to go through. It's getting a little bit crowded in front of me, but like that's fine. We're just gonna keep plugging along. Yeah, it's just like I write on random pieces of paper and then I don't catalog the information anywhere, so then I'm just left with like random pieces of paper all the time. So anyways, these vitamins expired last year, so probably safe to say that I should throw them out? All in favor? Say aye. Yeah, we're throwing these out. So cute. Keeps things whimsical. Stationery is my whimsy. I had this epiphany the other day. I was in the office and I was like, okay, my office, when I look around, it's all like doors and drawers. Like I have a wardrobe chest with doors and drawers. My file cabinet is drawers, the desk drawers. Like it's just, and then I know behind those doors and drawers, there's so much stuff. And so that's kind of where I was like, you know, maybe the whole point is not to like add more storage solutions just to keep stuff, but actually try to get rid of stuff and let things go, like replace stuff, but don't be keeping like 3 or 4 of the same thing. Tell me why I have 2 social media planners. Love the company, love the brand, love the planners, but to have 2 when I haven't even filled out either of them fully is just, this is the anti-overconsumption campaign that I'm currently on. I'm over the overconsumption. Like just buying a couple of things here and there, that's totally fine. It's just the buying in multitudes and feeling overwhelmed. Like my space isn't mine. Like it's just a place to house all the stuff. I can't get with that anymore. It's definitely lightening my mental load because yeah, letting stuff go that's just been here, it feels good. Last little drawer, and this one may be interesting because it's got things like a microphone, tech equipment that I do want to hold on to, but I just don't know exactly where. But I might have an idea actually. We might need to run to like Home Goods or something. I'm actually thinking to put this stuff that I choose to keep in a basket where you're sitting. Sorry, like literally under you. This cabinet. And I think that way it's actually utilizing the space and it's convenient as well. That might work. Extra film. I don't know that it's necessary to keep the boxes, but sometimes I'm like, but what size did I need? What were the specs like to make sure that it actually fits the product? But then I'm like, I bought both of these on Amazon, so it would be in my Amazon purchase history. Okay, we're gonna get rid of the boxes because I just feel like that would help my mental health. Okay. We are making tons of good progress. I have almost an entire trash bag full of stuff. Next thing to kind of tackle as far as like declutter category goes, I think is my notebooks. And dare I say that's more overwhelming than the pens. When a notebook is full and it's been used, does anyone else just like hold on to them? Is it like a nostalgia thing, like to hold on to old agenda planners and stuff like that? Because I do have a pile of agendas and planners since like probably 10 years ago. Holding on to things is pretty trippy sometimes. Because it's like, it's not like I'm going to use a dated planner from 2022 and write in it because the year's over, you know? So I don't know. But then I have seen like some people do keep a little basket of like some of their old planners and journals just for like nostalgia and going through them. So maybe that's how I can kind of think about it. Like if there's some notebooks or something that I want to keep for nostalgia purposes, like I know if a time comes, just like flipping through a photo album, like if a time comes where I just want to flip through an old planner and be like, oh my gosh, on that day I had work and 2 homework assignments and I had to go do this. Like it's just cool to kind of be, you know, to kind of see that. So yeah, but when it comes to all these loose papers just hanging around, that's okay. Let's keep going. We do have here is like a stack of papers, and then I also have a short stack of stuff here. So these are things I did tear some pages like out of a short-lived journal, and then I have like a little magazine with pictures, things like that, because this stuff I want to kind of cut and put into my joy journal. Some stuff I could be like overly kind of sentimental or like, but what about that memory? And like, I want to hold on to that. And then there's other stuff where I'm just like, no, it's just a piece of paper collecting dust. Like, I guess I needed a 26-inch truck. Would that not be foot? Anyways, for like a 3-bedroom move. This sticky note just sitting on the floor of my office for a year and a half. Like, no context, no company name, just random details. Things to add to my resume. I think I added those to my resume, so we're good. Oh, a nice goal. Run a 6-minute mile. Wow. Okay. Perfect. Not a HelloFresh coupon from probably over a year ago. Yep. Press the gas and don't let up. Phenomenal. Phenomenal advice. Oh. Okay, hold on. Maybe I was in my sticky note bag. Then we have the cost of freedom is constant vigilance. Shake off the lethargy or lethargy. Lethargy. Max out your potential every day. Need to and will do more. Wow. Okay, you know what? Maybe these will go like in my joy journal for the memes. She's a motivational speaker. Wow. Your legacy means more than your complacency. Okay. If you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. Eric Thomas. Yep. I remember that YouTube video. I am invested in my fully guaranteed outcome. Okay. These are good. Oh my gosh. That was really in my bag. Push until the game is over. Are you willing to sprint when the distance is unknown? Yeah, those fortune cookie writers should hire me. Oh my gosh. I had a little note for like 9 to 12 month size clothes for my goddaughter. Oh my gosh. Show up consistently despite not seeing immediate progress. Yep. Okay, a little stack, small but mighty, in the trash. Feeling good. Hey y'all, it's the next day, post 5K actually, and I just ran to Home Goods to get a couple of things to better organize some of the stuff that I want to put in the new desk. So I was like, before I just dive right in and assemble everything, I was like, let me bring you guys along and do a little Home Goods haul, and then also actually organize the baskets. My lovely mom accompanied me to Home Goods, and I picked out, first of all, this super cute lamp. It's rechargeable, so there's no cord that like has to stay on it, but it does like different light mode settings, like warm light, cool light, and then a soft warm light, white light maybe. So I'm super excited about that. I kind of wanted something soft, cute, dainty to just sit on top of the desk and can give me kind of that soft light so that the screen light isn't so harsh all the time. Then I also got a cute little wicker basket. So one of two. So this basket I'm thinking is for the top shelf in the cabinet space. I'll show you guys in a little bit when we put it together. But it's just the perfect size. across and deep, has these cute little handles that I'm really obsessed with. Second basket is just another kind of pink one. So we have like a little bit of a pink theme going on, but it has like little bow handles on the side. So cute. I figured, you know, beyond just the desk, I could use these in any space. Like, so if I were to upgrade the desk or change something in the future, like I just don't feel limited by the basket selection. So what we have as a task today is to move the products that are in this bucket because it belongs to this desk that is being sold later today. So I want to go ahead and empty out this little bin and also this bin. So it's kind of like the techie stuff, like cords and chargers for my cameras, like an extra pack of kind of wet wipes, which I do change my phone case often enough that I use those. I don't know, my Orange Theory wristband for the gym, like, which costs, you know, some money, so it's not worth replacing when I get a gym membership reactivated, and just like random stuff. So I figured we can kind of go through these baskets, see what I'm actually keeping, and then of what I am keeping, go ahead and sort them into the baskets. So we'll do that. Okay, I was about to say, are these the same thing? But thankfully, no, they're different adapters. Just holding a bag of screws, and they look like specific screws. It's gonna hit me. Like, I know these go to something, I just do not know what. I also don't know what this key goes to. So for now, we're gonna hold on to those because I would hate to just, well, actually, I'm gonna put the screws in my toolbox because at least then that's where all that stuff will be. And the key, I'm gonna put someplace else too, because yeah, I'm not gonna think to look in this bucket for a key. Anyways, so that empties the last little drawer piece. The baskets are actually pretty big, but I'm thinking that's a good thing because then there's more space to consolidate other things. So without tilting it too much, this one still has a lot of space. But for now, it just kind of has like extra camera lenses, cords that I know go to various things. Like, I will need to take a little bit of time to actually plug the cords into what I think they go to, just to double check. I have like adapters and other things, like, yeah, manuals to all of my digital products, etc. And then this basket, which would live on the top shelf in the cabinet. I don't know if I tilt it, this stuff's gonna go everywhere. But this basket just basically has all of the things that I'll reach for more frequently. Like my little photo printer that I use for my Joy journal. And rather than keep a lot of stuff on top of my desk, like when I need to use it, I can pull it out. But then when I'm done using it, it can just tuck neatly away. One more instruction manual that I just don't think is necessary. Yeah, I don't. It's self-explanatory. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so that does it. Yeah, those baskets are ready, so we can go ahead and put them away. Okay, so welcome back to our little cubby corner at the base of the desk. Bags of trash. Woo! So yeah, so just working with this cabinet space And thinking this basket will go on the bottom shelf, and then our wicker basket will go on the top shelf. Okay, I'm actually so happy with this. So I just decided to turn this basket to the side. But what I did was I put the letter writing kit all the way in the back. Extra blank notebooks are in the back, so you know it would make sense logically to go through these first. But this way I can actually pull this basket in and out without having to take everything off the shelf. So I felt like that makes sense. Then down here, I really do think that for the most part, if I need stuff in this basket, I genuinely could just reach in there, but it's not often that I need that stuff. It's just when I do, you know? So for now, I do have like planners, notebooks that I need to go through, and then stuff that I do use daily. Okay, then last thing I wanted to do is just set up this little portable lamp. I think I know exactly where I want to put it. I don't know how long it needs to charge for, but for now, it does work. I love that. Okay, let me try to get this sticker off. Really? Okay, thank goodness. It came clean off. Perfect. I'm so tickled with that. I love it. Yeah, I feel like that's just like the perfect size. An adorable little hue. Like, it's flattering, it's cute. So when I'm on camera for work, you know, I'm not looking grizzly. So happy with how this desk is coming together. It's basically done. I think at whatever point I conclude this video, our focus is really just going to be on the desk, because the rest of the office space does need a good declutter. There's busy shelves that I could go through. There's definitely more notebooks and stuff like that tucked away that I could go through. And yeah, just lots of potential. But I just think for the sake of this video, it was all about getting started, and most importantly, giving myself a desk space that is like, I can function. More than function, I can thrive. I'm doing so well. So anyways, yeah, it's coming together. It's nearly done. I just want to set up a couple more things. I don't know, it's really almost done. I'm gonna wait until the other desk is sold and then give you guys like the final kind of reveal. So we'll wait for that so that, you know, we kind of get the full impact together. Cause yeah, it's day and night. And then some nights it's 9 p.m. and your hair is in like a bird's nest kind of bun and you wanna make a flower arrangement. Anyways, we're gonna do that real quick. Hey y'all, it's a couple of days later and we're gonna go ahead and finish up this vlog. I was looking back and had already started editing and I was like, A, I didn't exactly close out this vlog, but B, there was actually a couple things that I did want to get to and just kind of do together with y'all, which is just going through the last remaining cabinets like in the office space. I figured let's go ahead and get festive. I threw on a little yellow matching set and yeah, want to go ahead and declutter those last two areas with you guys and then give the final reveal. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, I've brought you guys down to the floor with me. So behind me, we have those activewear bags of clothes. And that declutter is coming, I promise. Like in these 90 days, it is gonna happen. Just not today. Not today, I'm not there yet. But behind me, I have the walking pad. I'm still trying to think about what to do with that. I don't know if I want to keep it, sell it, give it away, what have you. What else is back there? Oh, wrapping paper for like birthday stuff. That also could find a better place. Yeah. And then also back here is a blackboard that I bought for like a 12-month dashboard like type of display. I was gonna like roadmap out 2026 on that board, and then that didn't happen in January, and then it didn't happen in February, and then it didn't happen in March. And so now I'm just kind of like, maybe I'll just tuck that to the side and save it for like an event. I don't know, some like students' science project. I don't know. I just don't think I'm gonna really use it. So probably could unhaul that as well. I wanted to bring you guys closer to my cabinet space that we're working with. I feel like what's been really happening is, and I don't know if I've talked about this before, but I feel like I've just been making storage for my stuff. Like I'll buy a new cabinet, a new wardrobe. I have a hair stuck in the cabinet. That was bothering me. So I feel like I just kind of have been buying stuff to like house the different stuff that I have. And it hasn't been the best solution because then I'll cram whatever I just bought, like a cabinet or a wardrobe or whatever it is, a drawer, anything. I'll just cram it with stuff. And then over time, I'm like, why do I even have all of this stuff? Yeah, I don't know. Let's just dive right in. Oh, so cute. Okay, so to declutter in here, I think I already talked about, I just got these Nespresso pods and I think I'm gonna leave them in the boxes because I do have a container up here that holds the pods and I just refill that when it starts to get low. So I think I'll just leave those there. The other possibility is to clear out these containers, maybe repurpose them, maybe remove them entirely. Then I have kind of random stuff going on in here. So there's like greeting cards and then stationery and like kind of crafty stuff in here. And then of course up above is like teas, but then some disposable cups and then like snacks, like a whole lot of question marks. You can't make it up. So I was going through these Javalia froth cappuccino makers by Keurig because these have been so hard to find in store. So apparently over a year ago, probably closer to 2 years ago, I bought a bulk order of these coffees on Amazon and I checked the date and it totally expired 13 June 2025. But no. I'm appalled. So I've literally been sitting here like, oh, I could put some of these downstairs in the kitchen. Oh, like I could keep some of these up here because it does sound like every now and again I will crave just one pod. No. Now I'm suspicious. Yeah. September of last year. September. June. Oh, October. Also October. Yeah. And I mean, dusty is all get out. Like, wow. Oh yeah, no, it definitely has the expiration on the packets. Okay, so that kind of became a very hectic coffee and tea unhaul. So we're gonna get into the stationery now and rapid fire that one too. I have like stuff for Christmas, like Christmas stickers, and then greeting cards, mostly thank you cards, and then a holiday gift card holder. So I'll hold on to those. Then I just kind of have a stack of like tissue paper, a gift bag, like things that, you know, when you just have a last minute gift in a pinch, this really works. So I'll keep this. I've not knitted since high school. Oh, a calculator. Wow. That's a throwback to high school. Does it work? Oh yeah. Wow. Not my Marta Breeze Pass. Oh wow. This is from prom 2013. Oh my gosh, like a little keychain. It's so like faded. The print rubbed off. Wow. I have an entire like trash pile behind me. Dusty stuff. My hands feel like grimy. Like touching old metals and magnets and paper clips, like, ugh. And this stuff has just been here. This is what I'm saying. This has just been moved from like, at this point, 5 moves probably. Gosh, I feel like I need to sneeze, but it's not coming out. Ugh, the worst. Okay, I have ideas, but I have to like get rid of this trash and wash my hands. One sec. That's better. So I went ahead and threw away the trash, washed my hands, dusted out the bottom of the hutch here. and my idea. Okay, we've been sitting in this spot for a minute, but and I think I officially smell like colored pencils. I'm ready to show you guys what we ended up working with here. So yeah, let me turn you around. So starting with the top, we just have my K-cups over here. I think I'm gonna scoot the Keurig over, like give everything some room. But now it's just like real intentional, a lot less cluttered up here. This is for my camera, so disregard. Then coming down into the hutch, so I definitely whittled down the mugs a bit. This is still more than 7 probably, so more than 1 each day of the week, it's fine. And then I whittled down my collection of like, yeah, cupware. Quite a bit. So feeling good there. There's definitely space. So we are unhauling these cups here. So these mason jars, either, you know, they can go in the kitchen or something. They're just not going to stay in my office space. Then second part of the hutch. So this top row, I don't know if it looks better or worse, to be honest, but it is a single row instead of 2 for coffee and snacks. It's now just coffee and snacks. So we have my Nespresso boxes here. These will whittle down, of course, as I go through and drink them. I did have like a box of Welch's fruit snacks, but it wasn't that many. So I just threw them in here with a packet of teas. So this really is tea plus random fruit snackies. More teas over here. I do use cinnamon in my iced coffee and regular coffees. And then I just have like 2 stacks in here, probably hard to see, but these are disposable coffee cups. I like to use them sometimes, but not often. So they're just there when I do want to use those and not have to do dishes. Then I've got some spoons to stir my coffees, applesauce packs because I do stay with the applesauce. And then some little bit of granola for my yogurts that I'll have. Then down here, I went ahead and put all of my Joy Journal stuff together, and then colored pencils, glue, some little Post-it cards and things like that that I can scrap up for my Joy Journal. And then some gift baggable items that we talked about, like greeting cards and tissue paper, and then sketchbooks, lettering notebooks, and 2 coloring books. So this is kind of like my growing hobby hutch, and I think it could use better organization, but I just don't really know like what to do at this point. This looks like kind of a pile of, well, one may say junk for a junk journal, but these are kind of like some keepsakes, like a stack that I do need to put into my Joy Journal under here. So yeah, definitely overdue for a little joy journaling session. But yeah, already truly that's a game changer. I can't believe I basically threw away an entire row of K-cups that were expired. Crazy. Okay, so actually I just went ahead and like dusted down all of my surfaces and kind of gave it a little bit of a refresh. But I was about to kind of come over here and tackle decluttering this section and the drawer that is just full of all kinds of stuff. But honestly, I'm just not ready for that today. I think that's gonna need to be pushed down a little bit, like pushed down the road just a little bit. We will definitely circle back to that at another point. But as far as like today's video goes, I think we're at a really good place. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys the final product and where we landed and all of that good stuff. Okay, y'all, it is time for the final reveal. Oh, so excited. It took us some time. It took us about a week to get to this point. So I hope you're ready. So here's kind of how the office is really looking. Here, the file cabinet was moved. Behind it are some old vision boards that I'm just holding on to for now. But I have my printer on top of this nightstand. I have not decluttered this yet. I think I'll come back to that in a separate video. Clear off the top of this fridge. So it had like Joy Journal stuff that I put in the green hutch. And then up here, I did declutter the journals that were up top. So now this is really just like camera and techie equipment. So for now, that's kind of how that corner is looking. The walls are pretty bare, so we may look into putting some artwork up. Also behind me is still the activewear that we have not like unhauled yet. So that'll also be coming in a later video. A case of water that's like keeping the rug flat because this rug is new. So yeah, it's still just kind of like falling flat. So I thought this would be easier to do without the chair in the way, so I moved that. We have a beautiful little bouquet of flowers that I arranged the other day, a handy box of tissues because my allergies have been going crazy, my daily devotional book here, one of them at least, bottle of water I'm drinking, my phone, you know, etc. Over here, we have my little pen cup consolidated with my cutie lamp shade that we set up the other day. Then over here is like another little spot that I'm super proud of and excited about. It's a couple like knickknacks, but it just brings me joy to like glance over here in the middle of my workday and just kind of see like inspirational quotes. Let me bring you guys closer. And then a nail file, very handy. Oh, this is my emotional support pebble. Yes, it literally fits perfectly in the palm of my hand. So when I'm in a meeting and I'm driving it and I feel a little bit anxious, I'll like pick up this rock. Feeling its smooth surface just kind of helps to ground me. So that's why I have a random rock there. Then I wanted to show you guys my drawers. I did decide to keep this cutie little pen and pencil holder just because it is sentimental. I have had this since high school. It is true. But I'll allow myself this one thing. I also kept a set of pens in here, even though I do have the pen cup. Listen, we unhauled an entire drawer. So I let myself keep, you know, these ones here. Candies are delicious. I highly recommend. I think I got these at Publix, but you know, just a nice little fresh lemon and raspberry hard candy. Can't go wrong. And I have a little stamp book with some ink here, a couple of, what are these called? Sticky notes. Some tabs for, you know, books, tape, whiteout, things like that. Some more of the essentials. Then in this drawer, kind of short stack of like notepad, some stickers in here that I do use in my planners and agendas. And then another kind of little display of sticky notes and sticky tabs. And then I just kind of like hold on to business cards. It's kind of random, but I have business cards back here and then some USB drives that I need to go through and see like what is on these. Then I have an empty drawer. So here is my drawer full of endless possibilities. Last stop on the desk tour is this reorganized cabinet. So handsome. I'm so happy with the refresh that we gave the office. Like, it's a game changer. For one, the fact that this desk was in storage and I've just been paying $100 a month essentially to store it when I know I love it so much and I could just use it. The way that the clutter sits in the environment is a direct reflection of the clutter that sits in my mind. Like, when my space is messy, when things are not tended to, it's definitely kind of a flag to me, like an indicator that's like, hey, what can I take off your plate? You know, what can we go ahead and just get done and out of the way so that we don't have to think about it tomorrow or next week or next month. And so this was a huge favor to myself, just taking the time to go through the journals and clean it up. Like I did, I went ahead and cleaned the windows and everything. So the space itself is even literally fresh and clean. So it feels good. It feels good. I'm just so grateful for all the changes and the life that I feel like my office is giving me now. Yeah. I think I said at the beginning of this video that this could change everything, like quite literally change my life. I feel like a brand new person. Yeah, I hope this video inspired you to take another look at your space and just maybe see there's a couple things, you know, that could be decluttered or unhauled, and just in the spirit of keeping things purposeful and intentional, you know. I think the hardest thing for me unhauling this past week was all of the pens. That took a while to really decide on, but I don't miss them. It's the craziest thing. I was holding on to a whole stash of pens, a stash of cups, a stash of all this stuff. I was holding on to stuff. And then at the end of the day, when it's gotten rid of and it's out of my space entirely, I feel better for it and I don't miss it at all. Like, yeah, isn't that funny? I just thought about that. But anyways, thank you so much for coming along my office declutter. I hope you guys enjoyed it and the little bit of transformation and productivity montages that we threw in here. Yeah, I hope you're having an amazing week. I hope you have an even better one for this upcoming week. And let me know if you have any spring cleaning activities or things that you're kind of looking forward to as the days get brighter and the weather gets warmer and all of that good stuff. I guess this does it for today's video. So wishing you a wonderful rest of the weekend, a very restful and enjoyable week ahead, and I will see you guys in Wednesday's check-in. Bye.